Well, hello everyone. Welcome. Welcome to another day together here. This is video number 56, I believe. Yes, number 56. Let me just triple double check. We are continuing the reading of Elsie. No, this is number 57. Number 57. We're continuing. This is an epic playlist, y'all, of Elsie Lincoln Benedict's book, How to Get Anything You Want. This is number 50, 57. Wow. Anyways, if you're on Facebook, please hop on over to YouTube where the party is at. Like and subscribe. I have the playlist with all of the previous videos there. We are reading this whole book together, studying it, and she is being so real, and I really appreciate that. She is teaching us, this is lesson 4, set the gauge for what you want. We're going through different rules. We talked about rule number 1 yesterday, and she has been talking about the subconscious mind and how these rules work regardless and you just have to follow the rules. But yesterday we really dove into the power of words, what words mean, the importance of words. And so let's just continue. She says that we have this little person in us that speaks to our subconscious mind and gives it orders. Okay, there's a part of us in everyone that gives the orders to the subconscious mind, or how I was using that metaphor of the queen bee. Every cell in our body is like a worker bee, and our subconscious mind is the queen bee that dictates what every cell, every bee in our body does. But who gives the queen bee the orders? We do. Rule number 2. Let your desire alone to find the right words for expressing itself. So let your desire, what you truly want, let this desire that's within you find the right words for expressing itself. Do not try to hurry it. Do not try to think of any, don't try to think of any words yourself to come up with it, but make yourself an open door, as it were, for receiving and registering whatever words seem to fit your desire. So sit with your desire. What words go with it? What words fit with it? For me, I love opulence. I love luxury. I love the words say a contentment. I love that word contentment. Secure, safety, abundance, avalanches. But I love opulence. That word is inspiring, and the word inspiring. So don't try to hurry it. Just tap into your desire and see what words come to mind. What comes up? Let your desire tell you what words you're going to use when it comes to how to chat with your subconscious mind around what you desire. By this, I mean the words that suit you, that express to you the thing that you want. Do not force yourself to use second choice words in connection with what you want. Wait for the right ones to come to you. They will arrive. That's about getting quiet, tapping into that inner world, journaling, meditating, going for a walk without anything in your ear, and just tapping into your desire, seeing what words feel good. You cannot have a desire very long without its crystallizing into words, but the ones most effective with your subconscious must be selected by your subconscious. Calling things as well as people by the right names is important. The right names, or words to be used in ordering the things you want and all the words in connection with them, will usually come to you spontaneously after you have dwelt for a little while on any particular thing that you really want. In this, as in all other methods used with the subconscious, you should not agitate yourself or try to speed it up. It knows better than you possibly can just how to go about getting what you want. And nagging is neither necessary nor advisable. So just be easy with it. Trust your subconscious mind. Your only job is to decide on what you want. Our only job is to focus on what we want. We had a really good discussion today. I have a weekly coaching on Wednesdays for clients that are in the mentorship program. And we were talking about how most people, ourselves included, we've experienced this, everybody in the group, that Our lowest moments, times when we're just in a funk, felt depressed, anxious, in addictive patterns, was when we didn't have a goal. And studies continue to show, and I mention it all the time, the top two reasons why people feel lonely, anxious, depressed, suicidal are because number one, they have no purpose. They feel like they don't have a purpose. They're not working towards anything. They don't have a goal. They don't feel like they have a purpose. There is no purpose to their life, so they think. And number two, they're disconnected. They don't have community. They feel disconnected from their self and others. There's just no connection. So these two things, that is why, if you've ever been in therapy or if you've ever been a part of a coaching program, they call them SMART goals, right? That's an acronym. What does it stand for? Specific, measurable, attainable, time-bound, something else. Anyways, you get the hint. People use different words for that, but having a goal that's measurable and Napoleon Hill's formula to success, how to write a goal, I believe in chapter 2 or 3. Um, he writes these steps that it's a formula, just like Elsie Lincoln Benedict is talking about. You don't even have to believe it. Just write your goal down, follow a formula. What do you want? Number one. When do you want it? Guesstimate a good date that feels good to you. What are you going to give in return for it? Right? There's a formula to goal setting. How does it feel? Really get specific because without a goal, what are we doing? Like, truly, what are we doing? It's like leaving your house on it. Say you have a day off and you leave your house and you get in your car, but you don't know where you're going. Like, where are you going to end up? Life really is, I mean, if your goal is to just wing it, then that's a goal, right? I'll just see where the wind takes me. Okay, fine. But we can't do that our whole life. That's called drifting. And people that do that, it just doesn't end well. It just doesn't end well, you know? Um, we, the principles that are set forth in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, having first deciding on what you want, having a burning desire for it, start to build that faith through persistence, through auto-suggestion, getting specialized knowledge, organized planning, getting into a mastermind group, using the power of the subconscious mind, knowing how the brain works, checking in with your 6 ghosts of fear. What did I miss? Imagination, using the faculty of your imagination, being decisive, persistent, of course. I think those are all of them. But they all work together. And sure, you might, again, get lucky, have a one-hit wonder, but like if you want sustainable success that lasts, regardless of your mindset work, to be honest, I mean, your mindset work and your mind, your mental attitude is how you're going to enjoy it. Because there are people who have a lot of money and a lot of accolades and accomplishments, but they're miserable. So this is really a holistic approach to personal development. It's not one or the other. It's not either you're practical and you don't believe in the woo-woo, or you're just woo-woo and you don't want to hear anything about the practical. It's both. It's that balance. It's between the masculine and feminine. Why? What's wrong with manifesting, dreaming big, getting into the mindset work, doing breath work, affirmations, visualization, and being practical and getting a plan in order? There's, I'll talk about it when I have like more of I don't know how to best speak about it, but basically, there's a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth when it comes to personal development and manifestation, because a lot of people who buy into the idea, right? A lot of people that buy into the idea of personal development or manifestation oftentimes find themselves manifesting things, but then they lose it and they don't have the money and they're broke. And they're told to just keep the faith and keep investing, and they just keep digging themselves in a hole. That was me. I did that. That happened to me. Um, and you believe certain people because they're in positions of power or authority, and they're telling you, just have faith, it'll come. But They, number one, want to make a sale and want your money, right? That is true. And if the teachings they taught you were foolproof and based on laws that work, things would be different. I think there's a lot of lack of financial literacy and planning and just being smart with money. There are rules to money, you know? Interest is real. Having your money work for you is real. Having smart investments is real. And there's nothing wrong with that when you match it with all this mindset. But when it's one or the other, something's missing, you know? So, yeah, it was just a thought of there's a lot of gaslighting that goes around in this community of we spoke about it yesterday. If someone is just starting out and they've never accomplished anything or they've never reached a goal and they're being told that they should have unwavering faith, and if they don't have full faith, that's why their goal isn't happening. When starting out, this whoever the person is has to build their own faith and their own belief in themselves to start, getting wins under their belt. And the more you win, the more you win. It just gets easier. It becomes a part of your self-image. But starting out is very important. And I think a lot of people fall through the cracks, and a lot of people are, I don't know, just handled in a wrong way. And I don't think it's malicious. I don't think people mean to do it. I just don't think people know any better. I would never have somebody like get into a program that would put them out of their house. Oh my God. Yeah. Anyways, that's another topic for another time, but we will definitely be talking about that. Um, anyways, so she's talking about using the right words, calling things by the right name. It says the right names or words to be used in ordering the things that you want, and all the words in connection with them will usually come to you spontaneously after you've dwelt for a little while on any particular thing that you really want. In this, as in all other methods used with the subconscious, you should not agitate yourself or try to speed it up. It knows better than you possibly can just how to go about getting what you want, and nagging is neither necessary nor advisable. Therefore, relax. Relax your mind until just the words that seem to express what you want come to you. In most cases, these words have been in your mind and on your lips thousands of times before. You already know what you want, and since reading lesson 3, you know what you want most. So the previous lesson, we had written a list, and really got clear on what we want the most. True in our heart of hearts, what do we truly, truly want? That was the lesson before. Know what you want most. These desires will begin, if they have not already done so, to frame themselves into words, to boil themselves down into a few words, and some will condense themselves into just one word. The subconscious is a wonderful efficiency expert. It never wastes time or effort on red tape. It tends to formulate a symbol for everything, such as shorthand writers make symbols expressive of certain ideas. Yeah, the subconscious mind speaks in symbols. It's like, think about ancient Egypt, like the hieroglyphics, like symbols represent a whole idea. The success of Emile Coué, and his method is the most spectacular and convincing proof of the power of words. The Coué method consisted of one thing and one thing only. Having the patient or student say, every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. That was the famous Emile Coué formula. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. He would have his students and patients say that. The fact that hundreds of cases of disease, unhappiness, and inefficiency were completely cured simply by saying this phrase over 20 times a day is surely all the proof needed by a thinking individual of the great power of words in setting the subconscious to work. We should all try that. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. If you repeated that 20 times every single day to yourself, let's see the changes that happen. The Coué formula was no doubt the best general one that could have been devised for universal application, but it did not cure all those who had recited it. I am convinced that this was due to the fact that its phrasing did not appeal to all. Therefore, it did not reach the subconscious mind of every person. There were many who, for one reason or another, did not like it, did not take to it, or as or take to it as we say. Such a person could not be cured by the formula, no matter how hard he tried, no matter how faithfully he was using it, for the simple reason that something blocked its passage and prevented it getting into the subconscious mind. It has been repeatedly stated that those who were most like children in their attitudes, whose mental processes were most simple and elemental, such as the average French peasant, were the ones most often cured by the Quay method. It is easy to understand how this would be true because this is the type of mind which not only would accept more help in formulating its desires into words, but would have the least individualized and the fewest preconceived attitudes towards its desires. Greater and far swifter cures can be made by the highly intelligent, strongly individualized person for the reason that such a one possesses a far stronger, far more crystallized subconsciousness, while those of the keenest brains, highest forms of mentality, and most distinctive individualities can secure the surest, swiftest result of all. Let me read that again. Greater and far swifter cures can be made by the highly intelligent, strongly individualized person for the reason that such a one possesses a far stronger, far more crystallized subconsciousness, while those of the keenest brains, highest forms of mentality, and most distinctive individualities can secure the surest, swiftest results of all. A high degree of intelligence, a definitely individualized personality, and especially a positive, successful conscious mind. All these are indicative of a subconscious mind, which is usually powerful, remarkably balanced, and thoroughly organized. The only thing needed in these cases is that the individual makes his own formula, one that does express what he wants to come true, and then use it. So when it comes to affirmations, like there's so many, you can Google affirmations and ChatGPT affirmations and all that. But and that can inspire you. But what words feel good to you? Like there was an affirmation, it was everything everything always works out for me in the most miraculous ways. God goes before me, making my way sure. That feels good to me. And I believe that was from either Florence Scovel Shinn or I think it was from her. Everything always works out for me in the most miraculous ways. God goes before me, making my way sure. Isn't it wonderful? A great way to do this is identify an area of your life. This is how you reprogram your subconscious mind with affirmations. Number one, identify an area of your life that you want to change. Okay. Decide, look at it raw, how it is right now, the current results. Number two, what are your current results in that area? Don't be afraid. Look at the bank account, look at the weight on the scale, look at your current situation, how long you've been single, whatever it is, right? How long you've been miserable at your job. Number one, what do you want to change? Number two, what's the current result in that area? Number three, how do you feel about it? How does the current situation make you feel? If you could write it in a sentence, write it ugly. For example, let's see, I use this example all the time. The situation the area of life was time management, being on time. It was specifically for work. I was always late. I was always late everywhere. I hated it. Oh my God, that was the area of life. I just wanted to be on time places. And number two, like, or the second part, like, what were the current results? Like, I was late everywhere. It was embarrassing. I was like cringing. Even though I set my alarms back and I left early, I would still be late. I would still, screw around and just end up late, clocking in late, whatever. How did it make me feel? Number three, how did it make me feel? I felt like crap. Like, what did it make me think? I'm always late. I wrote it down. I wrote it out. Took the situation, took the current results, wrote it out into a sentence with emotion. Like I wrote it all out. I am always late. I can never be on time. I'm always late. I'm always late. I'm never on time. No matter how much I try, I can't be on time. I'm always late. Oh, I hate it. I'm always late. Blah, blah, blah. So I wrote it all out. Then I just wrote the polar opposite in a way that made me feel good into like a sentence. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm always on time. That's not true at this moment. And of course, my mind is like, girl, you ain't on time, you late. But just hear me out. So write the polar opposite. I'm always on time. I'm on time and it feels good. No matter what I do, I'm always on time. I'm always early. I'm early. So I would write this word bank down. Then I would create a statement, lastly. And I ended up with this statement. I am early, calm, and prepared everywhere I go. I am early, calm, and prepared everywhere I go. Ah, that felt so good. I am early, calm, and prepared everywhere I go. And I would repeat that to myself at least 10 times in the morning. For like 6 weeks, it changed, y'all. It literally changed. It worked like magic. It's a formula because I did it. Actually, I had this like vanity and I put poking my eye with my feather. I had 3x5 like index cards. I have a picture of the original one somewhere. Oh, maybe I could find it. Let's see when I did that. Well, I took a picture. I don't know when I actually do know when I did that. It was right before the pandemic. It was end of 2019. It had to have been end of 2019. Let's see. Let's see if I could search now in my library. Early, calm. Oh, come on. Oh, I found them. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, I took this picture August of 2020. This is the vanity. Look at this. Okay, wait, let me see if I can show you all these. Okay, I'll zoom in. These are the original, uh, can I crop this? This is, oh, poo-poo. Here, let me try this again. Well, whenever I turn it, let me lock my screen. This is so sweet. Let me just take a screenshot of this. Okay, look, that's what I had. I am early, calm, and prepared everywhere I go. That's on my baby. Look at that. Oh, that's my original one. I had another one. It was I am full of, oh, I'll tell you in a minute. Oops. So that I had that on my vanity. So every day when I did my makeup, I would repeat it over and over and over. I did like four at a time. Anyways, it was fabulous. There was another one that it was an area of my life where it was before I got sober, I think. Was it before I got sober? Yeah, I was just so disconnected. And I couldn't discern. Like I didn't know what was intuition. I didn't know what was anxiety or fear. Like I felt like I kept making terrible choices. I'm like, I don't know how to make decisions. I don't know how to listen to my gut. I don't know how to listen to God. Like I'm missing the line here, buddy. Like I was so angry and I just was unhappy with my life and where I was at. And I was like, I can't hear my intuition. I'm like disconnected from my intuition. So I took step one, what area of life do I want to change? I want to be more connected and make good decisions with my life. Step two, what were the current results? I was making bad decisions and getting in precarious situations, just like bad situations with every area of life. Number three, so I decided what area I didn't like. Number two, the step two, I'm making this up right now. I mean, it's how I do it, but I've never put it in steps. So number one, what area do I want to change? What situation am I not happy with? Number two, what are the current results? Number three, what are my thoughts about it? How is it making me feel? So not being connected, I was pissed. I was angry. I was mad. I wrote like I don't know. I'm unclear. I'm like I'm blind. I feel a lack of clarity. Anyways, I wrote all these things out. Bunch of sentence a bunch of sentences. Then I wrote the polar opposite. I'm so clear. I know exactly what to do all the time. I know my direction. And then I wrote a statement, last step. And this was my statement. I am full of clarity and conviction, like simple. So when Elsie Lincoln Benedict is talking about your subconscious mind will give it over to you. Like I sat there for a while. I was doing this worksheet. I was going to do this program, and they talked about different areas in life, like find people that inspire you and what is it about them that you admire, what qualities, and then it was this whole worksheet about like switching your paradigms around areas that you don't like. Anyways, that's how I got to these. So that was a great one. I am full of clarity and conviction. I arrive early, calm and prepared everywhere I go. Um, oh no, this is the one when sorry. Well, they all go together, but you can't really see it. Anyways, it says, I am acutely attuned to my intuition and I follow my inner guidance. I am acutely attuned to my intuition and I follow my inner guidance. And then the other one, I am full of clarity and conviction. This is so good. Oh, I'm so cute. But that's how you do it, right? To reprogram. And I repeated it every day and it works. It really, really works. My Zoom is lagging and I do not know why this is lagging. Let me shut these windows. There's no windows open. I don't know why it's lagging, whatever. Anyways, so deciding on what you want and letting the words that feel good to you, those words feel so good to me. They are so embedded in me. I am full of clarity and conviction. I arrive early, calm, and prepared everywhere I go. I am acutely attuned to my intuition and I follow my inner guidance. Ugh, I love that. So try those steps out that I just articulated. I should do a little worksheet. But yeah, that's how you do it. But you just got to stay consistent. You got to follow the rules as Elsie taught us. So, where did we leave off? The subconscious mind. Oh, the Quay formula was no doubt the best general one that could have been devised for universal application, but it did not cure all those who recited it. He talked about, the more intelligent you are, um, and more individualized personality, and especially having a positive personality, success mindset. They are all indicative of a subconscious mind, which is usually powerful, remarkably balanced, and thoroughly organized. The only thing needful in these cases is that the individual make his own formula. I think I just did that. One that does express what he wants to come true and then use it. It is sad that the people great with these greatest potentialities do not avail themselves more frequently of the tremendous potencies of their subconscious mind, yet they don't. Let me read that again. It is the saddest. Sorry, this thing is in the way. It is sad that the people with these greatest potentialities do not avail themselves more frequently of the tremendous potencies of their subconscious minds, yet why they don't is easily understood. The conscious mind has worked so well and so successfully that they imagine it has secured all their results for them. Being successful, they have had no occasion to go over its head, beyond or behind it for what they wanted. They are on such intimate terms with their conscious minds that they are partial to them. And one is to a pal, and as in such instances, often give him credit for some big service which has really been performed by a loving mother or other relative off in the background somewhere. Today, more and more successful men and women are recognizing the part of their subconscious minds that what part their subconscious minds has played in their success. It's all the subconscious mind, the power of your subconscious mind. Let's end this with a little fun. So we have our Think and Grow Rich book, The Subconscious Mind. Here we go. All right, The Subconscious Mind, Chapter 12, The Connecting Link, the 11th Step Toward Riches. The subconscious mind consists of a field of consciousness in which every impulse of thought that reaches the objective mind through any of the five senses is classified and recorded, and from which thoughts may be recalled or withdrawn, as letters may be taken from a filing cabinet. It receives files, senses impressions, or thoughts, regardless of their nature. The subconscious mind works day and night, Through a method of procedure unknown to man, the subconscious mind draws upon the forces of infinite intelligence for the power with which it voluntarily transmutes one's desires into their physical equivalent, making use always of the most practical media by which the end may be accomplished. Damn, this book is so good. I did 10 minutes a day, Think and Grow Rich in 10 minutes a day. It's a playlist here as well. But I want to read the whole darn book. You know what? I want to start a show on the Napoleon Hill Institute channel with people reading portions of the book. It's like just taking like an excerpt and how they applied it in their life, like successful people. There's a lot of things that are coming, which I'm really excited about. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. As always, like and subscribe, send it to people that you think would like this. If you want to work with me one-on-one, all of my information is in the description box below on the YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, please hop on over to YouTube. I would love to work with you and meet you. Any questions, any comments, any suggestions, please leave them. I am so, so grateful for all of your beautiful comments and just your presence here. I appreciate it. I hope this helps you out. It certainly does for me. I just do what I love. I read these books and I really want to start doing other videos like I've said this whole time, which I will. And this is just the beginning. So thank you so much for being on this journey. This year I'm posting at once a day. I've been going live every day. I might maybe just post and go live every other day. We'll see what we do, but I will have a new video up every day for 365 days, y'all. It's February 19th, but I've been doing it since January 1st. Let's do this. Let's see where the wind takes us. I hope you have a beautiful evening. I will see you mañana.